I'm wondering if this purchase makes me a proper YouTube woodworking fanboy. Let's get it out of the box. Look how shiny. Alright, so the plan with this is I'll use the blades that have come with it until they're worn out, and then I'll get a helical head for it. So, looking forward to giving it a test run. The first gotcha that I had when putting this thing together is this little guy. It's got a wee notch here and a hole here, and on the machine you've got a push button there and a fixed notch. Fixed notch here, and this guy goes with the cutout on the fixed notch, not the wee silver button. Yeah, took me a minute to figure that out, but yeah. When you put it on the right way round and twist it into place, you get that nice satisfying little click. I find this interesting. I'm just going through the manual and familiarizing myself with the tool, and so I'm just going through the blade changing kind of procedure, and I've taken the dust cover off and it's clearly already been used. Not by me. I suspect that's probably normal, because if you were making and distributing this, or any machine, I guess you want to test it before you send it out the door. So I'm going to take that as a good thing. What do you guys think? Right, there's the answer to that question. It has been tested with real wood. Good stuff. I'm really loving the maintainability of the machine, I guess, that I'm finding so far. It comes with its own T-wrench that so far undoes all of the screws that I've needed to get to the blades, and it sits in the top of the machine in that little douver there, so you'll always have it. Got magnets on. Inside here I've taken the 8 screws out of the blade holder, and I should be able to pick it up the little magnet, so I don't have to touch the sharp blade with my fingers. How cool is that? This is the first thing that I don't really love about it, about the machine itself, is the depth gauge. Because there's quite a gap in between the gauge and the ruler, it's impossible to tell where it's set without, even if you put something flat in there, if it's not level, you're going to get a false reading. So yeah, I don't love that. It would have just been better with a dial, like a perspex indicator, like the one on the table saw. Like this one, you really can't get that wrong, because that red line is so close to the tape. Yeah, much better. I should have done that. Exciting times here. This is the first time ever turning on my DeWALT DX735 or 735 DX. Here we go. Another feature that I really love compared to my old planer is that it fits my existing dust extractor with no modifications. So that's very exciting. Alright, I'm pretty much ready to cut the first piece of wood. This piece of wood on the bench here was cut with my old planer last night before it went to its new home. So I'm going to mark this up as old, and then I'm going to run it through the new planer and we can compare. So it didn't grab it and feed through, so I don't know, I read the whole manual. I missed something in the setup? Not sure. I'll investigate and let you know. I've wound it up as far as it will go, just so we can see what's happening underneath. So yeah, that all looks good. The blades are turning, the rollers are moving. Just feels like it, when I was trying to push the piece in, it was hitting on something. I'm probably just being overly cautious with my new toy. Sadly, I don't think the camera's going to do it justice, but it's chalk and cheese. You can see on the old, well, I can see there's lines and it's a bit ratty from the cutters and so forth. When I turn it over, and the new side, it's as smooth as, well, it's as smooth as a baby's butt. It's, yeah. I'm very, very happy with that. Very happy. First stack of boards to go through the planer. Here we go. Okay. I think we definitely have a problem here. When I first tried it, I was trying to use the dimensioning cut, and I thought that the lever just went to there. But when I switched it to the finishing cut, the lever would go all the way over to the one, and that's what we used when we cut that guy. Now it won't go into gear on either side, so I'm gonna go do some research and see if that's a common problem or if I've done something weird. I guess this shows the difference between reading and comprehension. Here it says clearly, note, only switch speeds when the planer is running. So that's my mistake right there. I'm going to go back out into the shed and see if I can get it into gear. Now that I've read and understood the rules for running this machine, and particularly with the gearbox. Let's see if we can make our first proper cut. Fingers crossed. Man, I'm kicking myself. I sanded and inspected these boards, but the first one that I've taken any meat out of has got rocks in it. One there, and one there. Yeah, I don't know how I missed that. Anyway, welcome to pallet work. I think I'm going to call it Bumblebee. Welcome to pallet work, Bumblebee. Here's a look at what that rock did to my brand new blade. So if you run a board straight through the middle, now it's got this lovely raised indentation, raised bit, bump down the middle of it. So that's literally the very first full board that I ran through it. Never mind, I can probably grind that out. I mean, I can swap the blades around, all sorts of things I can do, but yeah, one set of rocks, blades done. Apart from the rocks, I am super happy with that. Not sure how much material I took off, but the last pass I took off quite a bit, and we're down to what's that? Just under 10 mil. I think they started about 15. So yeah, very, very happy. Need to spend more time in prep. Got to make sure there's no rocks. I've ruined that first set of blades in half an hour. And I think one final thing, having this connected up to the dust collector is awesome, but it's filled up my dust bag, just that one little session. Normally it just goes all over the shop, and I put it in a bucket, and that's pretty easy. I'd much rather have it like this, but I am going to need to upgrade my dust collection. Toot sweet. Just lift that up the priorities. Anyway, just as a wrap, this thing's wonderful. I'm very, very happy. I need to make sure there's no rocks whatsoever in it, but a bit more time up front sorting that out is well saved by the efficiency of this machine over the little lunchbox one I had, and I can actually do things like that. So this set of material is maybe still twisted, but the thickness is spot on. All those boards are exactly the same, and I couldn't get that with my other machine, not in 15-20 minutes like I did there. So yeah, super happy. And despite the problems, most of which were based around my lack of understanding and preparation, very, very happy. Onwards and upwards.